Hey USgamers, Mike Williams here, bringing you a look at Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Unity. After 7 years and 7 games, Unity is Ubisoft's chance to soft reboot the franchise. The dev team at Ubisoft Montreal spent 4 years stripping the entire AC experience down to its frame and rebuilding it for a new generation of consoles. Did it work? Yes, but with some caveats. Let's dive in.
What's the mission?
The mission. Let's get your arse in position. Don't ask questions, piss pop.
I live to serve.
All the footage you're looking at here is from the game's Xbox One version, which is also the version I played in a recent preview event. The digital city of Paris looks grand and feels real, with massive crowds going about their daily lives. The architecture is amazingly improved, both in the grand monuments and the homes of the citizens. Even better, Unity features more interiors than any other Assassin's Creed game, giving you more areas to cut through and explore while playing. And the citizens go about their daily lives, protesting, talking, fighting each other, and dying. I'm not surprised the French company got Paris right, but Ubisoft did. Unity looks pretty good in motion, but it's obvious that starting again has brought back a number of the bugs and performance issues the franchise smoothed out by the time Black Flag hit. Reports put the game running at a resolution of 900p at 30 frames per second on Xbox One and PS4, but there was some definite stutter and the occasional pop-in the preview build. Especially during the synchronization scenes, Unity on Xbox One suffers just a tiny bit. After the smooth Black Flag, the full power of next-gen feels muted at times in Unity. Story-wise, Arnaud seems to be a bit of a boring character from what I've played, but his situation is at least interesting. The son of a dead assassin, raised by a Grandmaster Templar, and on a quest to avenge the death of his adopted father alongside his Templar love interest. At the very least, Unity's story will deal with the gray areas and the ages-long Assassin-Templar War.
Shaking down imprisoned nobles seems a bit out of his oeuvre. What are the Templars up to?
If we hadn't spent the last year hobbled by your damn truce, we might know that.
Here's a point, Honoré. The truce was with Grandmaster de la Serre.
The man's been dead for 2 years. Whoever's in charge now, you can be certain they aren't sitting idle.
We might have learned more had we not allowed Sivert to escape.
Sivert was there?
I know your heart is set on keeping the peace, but bringing Monsieur de la Serre's killer to justice would count for something, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. But do not confuse your personal vendetta with a sound strategy.
If he wants to kill Templars, let him kill Templars. I've done him all I can.
But how does it play? Ubisoft has rethought Assassin's Creed's core values: navigation, combat, and stealth. Navigation has been improved with the new parkour system. You hold the right trigger and Arnaud will enter a free-running mode. Holding A on the Xbox One controller causes him to parkour upwards, just like AC games of old, while holding B causes Arnaud to parkour downward. If it sounds confusing, just think of it this way. Parkour down allows you to get down from places as easy as it used to be to get up. Once you get used to it, it works like a dream, but it does take an hour or two. Unfortunately, all the navigation bugs from the old Assassin's Creed games are back, and occasionally Arnaud would just get stuck on a corner and do nothing for a bit. It's a problem that used to plague games like the original Assassin's Creed, so I was sort of sad to see it come back here, but that's part of rebuilding the game for this new generation. Combat is harder because Ubisoft has removed counter kills and chain kills. In addition, guards are more likely to stab you in the back while you're stabbing their friends. That means if you run into 3 or more guards in Assassin's Creed Unity, your best bet is probably to run. It's a style of Assassin's Creed that harkens back to the very first Assassin's Creed, where you weren't an invincible murder machine. Since combat is more difficult, stealth steps up to take the crown. There's a few changes here: a new low-profile mode you enter by holding the left trigger, a snap-to-cover button, and a ghostly last-known position indicator showing where your enemies believe Arnaud is hiding. All of these new options borrow heavily from Ubisoft's Splinter Cell Blacklist, but I'm fine with that because Blacklist was Ubisoft's game and the options work well here. They basically give you more choices when it comes to hiding, making escape, or just plain messing with the guards.
What do you want? A lot of crime going on. Need help?
I've got things well under control, thank you very much.
With the new core working solidly, Ubisoft gives you a ton of missions to do within the city. The thing is, outside of the new slower-paced murder mysteries, missions that have you hunting for clues and accusing suspects of murder, most of the missions are your standard Assassin's Creed fare. Go here, kill person, steal things. There's a bit more story to them this time around, but they play largely the same. While you're running around stabbing fools and looking cool, you'll be getting Creed points, which are essentially the game's experience points. They feed into a major feature of Assassin's Creed Unity, customization. With Creed points and money, you can make Arnaud your Arnaud. That means unlocking skills in 4 different categories: melee, range, stealth, and health, giving Arnaud the ability to use pistols and rifles, take more damage, or even use the new disguise ability to blend in with the crowd. You can pay for weapons and armor to further customize your character. Each bit of equipment has stats, improving your Arnaud in the 4 categories I mentioned before, so a melee-focused Arnaud won't look like a stealth-focused Arnaud. You have 5 different weapon categories and 5 armor categories, each with a ton of options, including around 30 different color schemes. My Arnaud by the end of the demo looked like a hooded homeless drifter decked in green. This feeds into Assassin's Creed Unity's second big feature, cooperative online play. Co-op has 2 different mission types, the story-based 3-act Brotherhood contracts and the more randomized heists. There are 11 Brotherhood contracts and 7 heists, and they can be played with 2 or 4 players depending on the mission. The missions, like before, are still pure Assassin's Creed, but playing with friends means you can cover each other's back, which leads to some great emergent moments. When I played one co-op mission, a fellow player was ready to assassinate a target, but didn't realize there was a sniper watching him. I took out the sniper, and the mission went off without hitch. It was pretty damn cool. I had a blast with co-op multiplayer during my preview, but it was also within the confines of a controlled environment. The real strength of the mode is dependent on the game's matchmaking, which Ubisoft says is based around the gear and skill progression of your Arnaud. If matchmaking works, Ubisoft has a winner on its hands. If it doesn't, co-op will have issues because if a co-op partner dies, the mission is over. That would be a sad end for your fledgling assassin career. All told, Assassin's Creed Unity is a rebuilding year for the franchise. This is a fresh start, not the culmination of 7 years of iterative development. Black Flag was the end of one line, and Unity is a new Assassin's Creed for a new generation of consoles. This means some great new ideas like improved movement and stealth, customization, and co-op, but it also means the entire thing has a few bugs and performance issues I thought were firmly in the franchise's past. Do I like what I played? Yes, and I look forward to more. But I admit I'm looking further to see what Ubisoft builds with the new foundation set here. Assassin's Creed Unity is coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC on November 11th. And remember, if you want to read about games, you have to be reading USgamer.